You want to experience true level? Do you?
Yes.
Where, you know what I mean, you making moves and it's starting to make your way out, and people start trying to attach themselves to you. It really become weight, you know what I'm saying, extra weight. And sometimes it's like kamikaze, they blow themselves up trying to stop you. So, you know, you gotta have faith in what you're doing and not take no for an answer. You'll get it. It'll be a long run, but you'll get it.
Everybody who joined the sorority fraternity, they make that oath and that vow, they have welcomed a demonic spirits into their body, into the temple, and they don't know it. If you're in a fraternity or sorority, you're in a marriage to that demon. If you made an oath to Omega Psi Phi, you are in a marriage with Anubis, which is the idol of that organization. If you join Alpha Phi Alpha, you are in a marriage with the Sphinx. You're in a marriage with Egypt. And God came to set you free from Egypt. That being involved in a sorority and a fraternity is demonic. And you're exchanging your soul. Everybody who joined the sorority fraternity, they make that oath and that vow, they have welcomed a demonic spirits into their body, into the temple, and they don't know.
Turn me up. You ready? Let's get to it.
Community protection is important.
Your caricatures.
You've been living in a dream world, Neo.
They have created and engineered an entire subculture of the damaged, fractured mind, hollowed out souls, bodies and hearts softened by sickness until something else can move in. It's a cultivated ecosystem, a factory for brokenness, where despair is the raw material and demonic influence is the final product. In other words, between you and other people, demonic spirits has entered the chat. They clone Tyrone was exposing a subculture. Being disturbing is a sign of demonic possession. These forces are drawn to minds already corroded, to bodies weakened by neglect, because those are the easiest vessels to claim. Why you think the demons begged Jesus to enter the pigs? Think of substance the way scriptures and experience do. A foreign influence that, once taken in, alters the chooser. A drug changes behavior, dulls consciousness, rewires desire. In effect, it possesses. So what happens when the same intoxicating pull comes from evil actions instead of a pill? You trade pieces of yourself away. The habit becomes a host. Influence slides in where judgment used to be. And the person you were grows quieter while something else speaks louder.
I know what it feels like. It feels good. The power, everything. But you'll lose yourself. Let it go.
I like being bad.
One word closely tied to substance is medium. Not just a thing, but an agency. What is an agency for? It provides the means, the channel, the mechanism. They call it a fusion center for a reason. It's a hub, a medium that enables action. All those secret agreements, covenants, private contracts, NDAs, and organized gangstalking aren't incidental. They were the opening. They gave these forces access to corrupt hearts and minds, moved them in, gave them shelter, and built a stage where they can wreak havoc on selected victims, mainly the chosen. Look at substance in this other sense. A person or thing with tangible, solid presence. This is spiritual warfare. And because it's spiritual, the forces involved are malevolent. This isn't just a neighborhood beef you have with someone, it's much deeper. Coordinated evil, whose presence you can feel. It isn't humanity. It isn't human. It's systematic. It's intentional. These forces show intelligence and longevity. They've been active since the dawn of mankind. That's why when they attach to children, you can sometimes sense and see the intelligence for cruelty. Tactics, signals, and synchronicities, behavior no child should naturally know. Often those behaviors are taught or allowed at home. The spirit leaves and returns more entrenched, spreading through the family. What we're witnessing is the construction of a subculture made up of the mentally broken and the demon claim.
I let you in. I let you in.
I let you in.
Someone coming? Got it. There you are.
But you and your little motherfucking minions done plotted on in between. Tiana, Khadijah, Lenny, Carvel, him, her, bodies, 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 bodies!
Can you imagine what it feels like to be alive for thousands of years and realize you're actually going to die because some self-righteous cop decided he was going to save the fucking world? Yes, a demon can die. And Hobbs figured out how to beat me at my own game. So what? The war isn't over, I promise you. Not by a long shot. You forgot something, didn't you? At the beginning, I said I was going to tell you about the time I almost died. See you around.
They move like a hidden chorus behind the city's hum. Shadowy operations who kneel at the altar of money, status, and every hollow god their greed can name. Their worship is material, golden trinkets, carved idols, and the glitter of power. Around that altar they practice rites and rituals. The petty sorceries of control. Witchcraft becomes a tool, not a mystery. And with those practices come things older than them. Demonic presence that clings like oil to cloth, shaping desire and decision from the inside out. You can't see it at first. It's woven into contracts, into favors, whispered behind closed doors, into the choreography of intimidation they call work. But the pattern is the same. Sacrifice loyalty to the group, bow to their idols, and you gain access. Wealth, protection, a place at the table. Refuse, speak out, or keep your soul intact, and the atmosphere changes. The door closes, the lights dim. You are marked. That's why you feel the pinch, the empty pockets, the doors that won't open, the loneliness while they prosper. It isn't coincidence. Their system rewards conformity and punishes consciousness. To them, a person who refused to bow is a threat. A person who speaks truth is a whistleblower. And in that world, having a soul is dangerous. This is spiritual warfare, not mere petty corruption. The malice is intelligent and organized. It scouts for vessels, vulnerable minds, weak wills. Children taught dark habits as though they were normal. It takes root where people have given permission, silently in households and tiny compromises. until whole families become conduits for something ravenous. Imagine a theater where the set was designed to make you forget you had a choice. The scripts are written by covenants and secret pacts. The actors are paid in small kindness that slowly cost you more than you can afford. The demons don't arrive with trumpets. They arrive with offers, with acceptance, with the normalcy of doing what everyone else does. That's how they turn people into instruments. So when you stand apart, unbought, uncompromised, still being conscious, you stand in that way. They don't merely disagree with you, they seek to possess you, to hollow you out and fit you with their voice. Scriptures calls it wickedness in high places for a reason. It's layered, hierarchy, and it reaches where daylight rarely goes. This isn't a simple battle of personalities, it's a long, cunning campaign to colonize souls. Know what you're up against. Organized greed, occult practices disguised as culture, and ancient malevolent intelligence that uses our weakest moments as keys. And know this too, refusing to trade your soul is a form of resistance. It's better to learn how to wrestle than to become a vessel. It's the thing that makes you dangerous to them and precious in the sight of what fights for the truth. I want to talk about something I call the soul's curriculum. Like, I believe down here in the Matrix, you get judged by how much light you have. Because at the start of empathy, you have EMP, electromagnetic pulse. These beings know you are the light. They know you are a light being. So in the beginning of empathy, you got EMP. After comes the suffix pathy, which means suffering and disease, unease. And that's what we're experiencing now. We're living in a simulation of unease filled with disease, suffering, and despair. But see, the soul's curriculum is the great equalizer. Physically, they tried to hold you back, didn't want you to learn anything, know anything, see things for yourself. They wanted you stupid. But spiritually, you was a scholar. You have a higher learning. They call it a higher calling. Everybody knew but you. With you, it was only a matter of time. You woke up. That's why at least they wanted to delay your awakening just into that last step before you walked yourself off the cliff or into their trap. It was a race nobody told you about because everybody wanted a head start, so that when you began to start something for yourself, they want to be there to say they did it too, or that they did it already. But everyone had a head start. They even got pushed ahead just because it has to be somewhere there, just in case you exceeded their expectation, because they truly didn't know how great. They just knew it was great. So they made contingencies just in case they ended up losing sight of you. Someone would be there. The reason they take precautions and make preparations for you is because what did God say? Psalms chapter 23, verse 5. You prepare a table before me in the presence of my enemy. You anoint my head with oil, my cup runs over. God provides abundance, protection, and peace even in the midst of adversity. And the enemies, they don't like that because oftentimes they don't have a choice but to come sit with you. So they create their own tables to try to get you to sit with them and steal your glory and want to compete. Once that soul curriculum kick in and you start learning things that was kept from you, you will begin to see things and get the hang of things. Everything will begin to work for you. It's like an initiation by admission. Not being told the truth all your life was like a rite of passage. Exclusion was an initiation that invited you inward, not outward. You was kicked out, but you was made in. That's where real knowing lives. Like with some people, they can tell somebody something, even show them things and don't feel threatened by them or worry about what they could do. But with some people, they can't even allow them to see. Don't let that go over your head. So the time it took for them to plot and plan, and you also got to take into account sometimes they fall into their own trap. All the things that slowed them down but kept them ahead because you wasn't ready. You know, it was like the rabbit and the tortoise, you know. You haven't even started, but nobody told you, right? It was a race. But once that soul curricula kicked in, you begin to pass through the obstacles like they were never there. And you had already made it out and already ran laps around them before they even realized it. And then you figure out they was the slow ones, the lukewarm and insecure. They were so threatened by you and couldn't live with themselves knowing that you got the better opportunity than them. But the truth shall reveal itself, and it will be that same truth that set you free.
Oh my God. Oh, Christ.
Yeah. True level, bitch.
Morty, come on, we're leaving for school.
Everything's crooked. Reality is poison. I want to go back. I hate this.
What's his deal?
Shh, Morty. Go to school, Summer. I'll go in Morty's memory and do a little